in the summertime. Now, while that's grinding up, okay, let's check our process here. Needs to be grind up a little bit more. Let's pause for a moment while we grind up our crust. We're almost there. Everything's turning out just fine. Looks really good. It's perfect. Now, after we've grind our crust and our sesame seeds with our raisins, our cacao, it's going to have a consistency, kind of a grainy consistency. You take it out when it starts to stick together because you want kind of a sticky crust that we're going to form in this pan for our pie crust. This is absolutely delicious. Now that we have that done, all we simply have to do is to form the crust in the pan, in the pie pan. And gently now, I don't know how many people purchase their pie crust in the store, but you have to roll it out with a rolling pin. And this is just a simple technique where you just simply press the pie crust right into the pie pan. Because what would a pie be without a crust? There we go. See how easy that presses into the pan. What we're talking about making here is something that's going to be very quick, very easy. Your kids will love this recipe as well as you. So there, we have that pressed down in the pan. Now, for the apples, this is our filling. We made a simple crust. Now we're going to make the filling. Now for the filling, you have to start with apples. These have already been crushed in the food processor. And then you add a little lemon. About a half of a lemon is what you need, because you know apples have a tendency to turn brown. But now we're going to squeeze some nice fresh lemon in there. Just a half a lemon is all you need. For our sweetener, which these are Gala apples, and they're already pretty sweet to begin with. But if you'd like a little extra sweetener, you can put agave. This is a cactus sweetener or cactus nectar. It's really good for people who have diabetes because this burns in the body very slowly. And it's not like when you put sugar in your foods and you get a spike. This is going to burn nice and slow. So let's add our agave, about 3/4 of a cup. You can purchase that in the health food store, or you can order it online. Now we're going to mix that together with our apples. Now when you put your apples in the food processor, you do not want to grind them up so fine that it turns into applesauce. Because remember, what we're making here is an apple pie, not applesauce. Okay, now our seasoning. We're going to put a tablespoon of cinnamon in here. And also, what I love to put in my pies, which you might want to try, is called masala. Masala is a spice that has cinnamon, it has coriander seed, and something interesting, it has a little pepper in it. But it will give your pie that little kick that it needs. That little something extra that makes it taste really, really good. Now, as we mix up our spices, remember, raw food does not have to be tasteless. It's the spices that you put in your regular food that makes it taste so delicious, and it's also the spices that you add into your raw or living foods that's going to make it oh so delicious. In fact, with the freshness and the flavor of the food not being cooked out of it, it's going to taste even better. It's going to be yum. All right, that's about ready. Now we take our pie crust. And of course, if you want to be fancy and put your pie around the edges, you can, and put those little, well, I call them dents around the side. You can do that and make it extra fancy. But for today, we're just going to put the crust on the bottom of the pie pan. We're going to add our filling. So let me show you this step. See how easy this is. And there are a few chunks in there too, so it's a little chewy. So when you bite into the gala apples, you'll have a burst of delicious flavor. There. See how that fills the pie pan? This is going to be absolutely delicious and refreshing. All right. Now, how long did it take to make this pie? All we had to do was grind up a few apples, and I do mean few. We only use about 5 or 6 apples. We use a tablespoon of cinnamon, about a teaspoon of masala. Remember, we added the half of lemon to the apples, and we just mix it and put it in the pie. Very good. Now, we're going to decorate our apple pie so that it looks appealing as well as tasty. Just sprinkle a little coconut on the top. Like so. As much or as little as you'd like. There you are. We're going to take some strawberries. Just put them around. The outside. And you can use any fruit that's in season. If you like blueberries, you can use blueberries. And I just discovered this delicious fruit from New Zealand. It is a kiwi. It's called golden kiwi. Put that around there. And that. Another pie. And it is ready to go to your favorite summer function. You don't have to worry about it going bad because you haven't baked it. Just fresh, delicious apple pie for the summer. Try it. Your family is going to love it, and they're going to love you for fixing them. This healthful and delicious dessert. Janice's Raw Gourmet Kitchen. See you next time. Stay healthy.